Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment. Independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruise Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruise Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruise Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. And welcome. And the number direct to me, 24 hours a day, is 888-489-8980. And I am so proud of having chosen an answering service that if you wish to speak to me directly, if I'm not sleeping or on the phone, although I can do both, you just press 1 and you're in direct touch with me. We are so blessed in this country, despite what our politicians are trying to do. And tomorrow we're celebrating Thanksgiving Day,
which to me is the most wonderful holiday that we have on our calendar. You don't have to bring presents, you just have to appreciate life. And I want to highlight the fact that when you're getting together, how important it is for you to be able to hear their comments. I cherry pick my sponsors, and Cruise Hearing, which I am a client, has the most profound hearing aids that you can try out for a couple of weeks and see if it works for you. And if you don't, you just don't buy them. If you can't hear, how can you communicate? It's so vital. And we can even make a house call. And my sponsors are all giving people. And Handy Pro, which is located right on Orchard Lake Road, north of Grand River, has a showroom of walk-in bathtubs, stair glides, anything to help keep you in your own home. We are so blessed in this country, and that's what we can be thankful for. And I hope your family can get along and you can hear one another. I saw a rather brittle type cartoon, but it's funny. The cartoon shows a couple, the husband's yelling to his wife, half our family just let me know they are not coming for Thanksgiving because they found out that I had voted for Trump. And the wife says, that's what I voted for him for. Anyway, I hope your family gets along and keep it thankful. Forget politics. Politicians, unfortunately, today are not what they used to be. But our show is devoted to helping you live the bright side of aging. And I try to find innovative, interesting people. And one of the most innovative, interesting people I've been blessed to meet is Dr. Michael Loerger. He's a medical doctor who decided that rather than just seeing patients, which he does, he decided that what would be a great mission for me as a doctor? How about that I establish a family, community, and lifestyle service? And that's what he's done. Dr. Loerger specializes in helping physicians and other healthcare professionals take care of their health and well-being. And, of course, he takes care of seniors as well. Haven't you ever thought about it? Doctors and nurses, they're all human beings. They, too, need help. And because of his knowledge and his medical background, he has decided to make a career out of it, and a darn good one, I might add. I am so pleased and thankful before our Thanksgiving Day that Dr. Loerger found enough time to call in. Hello, Dr. Loerger. Hello,
hey,
are you there?
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, all right. And my pleasure. I just wondered, as first question, how is your practice related to older or senior adults? Go for it.
Yeah, so what I do, like you said, is I kind of specialize in taking care of healthcare providers. But one of the things that I've found is what healthcare providers struggle with the most is finding time to take care of themselves. And so with some of my healthcare providers, they've got older adult parents that are having health issues. And so some of the things that I actually best do for my patients is I help them help their family members coordinate their care and make sure that everybody's on the same page so that that doctor can have that peace of mind that their mom, dad is being well taken care of. And they don't have to do all the work to do that care coordination and organizing for them. The other thing that I can help do is I can come in and I can sit down. I can really have a conversation with that older adult, parent of that physician child, and we can have an honest conversation about where they feel like they want to go with things, what they want to be doing, and I can sometimes help with those challenging conversations because at the end of the day, that child is your child, and it can be hard to kind of approach things in the way that they might as a physician with a little bit more objectivity. And so, I can help navigate some of those challenging conversations and make sure that we're just doing everything we can to help people be healthy and stay at home and, make sure that they're prepared for emergencies if they come up, but just really focus on that health, living a healthy lifestyle and doing everything they can to take care of their health.
Well, what I really see in between the lines and what I admire you for is that the sad part of so many caregivers that I've run into are so stressed out taking care of their loved one that their health begins to deteriorate. And I'm not sure about the statistics, but it's interesting that so many caregivers, because they do not take care of themselves, because they feel guilty and not taking care of their loved one, that their health gets so bad that unfortunately many of them pass away before the patient they're taking care of. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's one of the things that I feel like I see quite a bit is the physicians that I'm working with, they're taking care of their patients, they're coming home, they're trying to take care of their families, and they're trying to take care of their parents on top of that. And there's just not enough hours in the day. And so it makes it hard for them to take care of their health. And I've had, clients that I've worked with who've started working with me after they've had a heart attack. Because, they just weren't doing enough to take care of themselves and they needed somebody to help take a little bit off their plate.
Now, if someone is, interested in your service, they already have got an established system going with their doctor and their caregiver. How can you intervene in that situation? Can they call you and ask for your involvement in their care? What's the protocol, so to speak, if that makes sense?
Yeah, that's a great question. So what I do kind of, like I said, with my full-time job is kind of provide this concierge kind of service for physician clients. But what I also have is I have this kind of service opportunity where I can come and I can do a 2-hour in-home evaluation and consult for anybody. I'm not coming in, taking over your medical care. I'm not coming and kind of being your physician in that way. But I'm somebody that can come in and just have a conversation with you, make sure you feel comfortable with, understanding what all your doctors are doing to kind of manage your care, comfortable making sure that you know what you're doing to help, kind of do the best that you can to, use your lifestyle to support your health and well-being, and see if there's anything that we're missing. Because one of the biggest challenges that I faced as a family and community physician was I took care of you in the office, but then you had to go home and, take all that information I told you in that very short office appointment and try to do something with it. And a lot of times things fall through the cracks when that happens. And me being a physician with that type of experience, I can come in, I can kind of look at what's going on. I can see what your doctor said. I can, kind of put the pieces together and make sure we're not missing anything important that, might result with you going to the hospital or having a medical emergency or just not, living as good as you could be living.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm wondering, is it safe for you to have another title that I'd like to see, if it makes sense for you, that you're sort of a referee in terms of the whole care that someone has yet? In other words, you're sort of supervising that and showing some areas that you can help make the relationship between their caregivers and they themselves better. Is that too far out?
That is not too far out. I specialize in kind of being a coach and a referee and just kind of being able to be somebody that can be that third party that can come in, take a look at things, part of what I get to do is I actually get to do some therapy in my practice. And so, there's kind of that piece that I bring in of just kind of being able to come in and be a mediator sometimes. And just what I like doing is I like helping people be on the same page with their communication. And sometimes it takes an additional person coming in to kind of help everybody do that.
Well, I run into I'm a pharmacist, and I'll never forget when I was in active practice. As a pharmacist, patients really feel close to you, even more so than their doctor, because let's face it, you make a doctor's appointment, there's a receptionist, et cetera, et cetera. You walk into a pharmacy, and the pharmacist is eyeball to eyeball with you right there. So I cannot tell you how many times I'd have patients after they visited their doctor would come to me and say, hey, my doctor told me my condition and he gave me these prescription drugs. What do you think? They wanted me to oversee whether they were getting the proper care. And God bless you, you're doing that in a more professional way. And anyone out there that's, getting a runaround, so to speak, and not quite sure as to how best to proceed, they should call you. What number and how can they contact you?
Yeah, so I'm going to give you both phone number and a website. We'll start with the phone number. So with the phone number, they can call 614-398-1091. I'll give that phone number to you again here in a minute. But the website is MI, as in like the abbreviation for the state of Michigan, miwellnessconsulting.com. And if they go /elders, it'll get them directly to that consult that I'm talking about for older adults. And then again, the phone number is going to be 614-398-1091. And if you give me a call, just leave a message with your name, kind of your interest in this opportunity, and some times for me to get a hold of you, and I'll give you a call back, and we'll get something scheduled. And this is something that I actually offer for free to a couple of people a month. I do have it as a paid service for $50 or $200, kind of based on criteria. But what I've found is that so far, the people that have reached out to me, if finances are a concern, I can usually find a way to help them out and make sure that it's affordable for them. And so, if somebody is feeling like this is that'd be something be beneficial for them, I'm happy to see if we can find a way to make it work for them. And again, I'm not taking over as somebody's doctor. I'm not coming, to address it. Like if you're sick, I want you to go see your actual doctor. But if you feel like having some help with some of that coordination, this is really what that service is for.
Well, I'll tell you, in my background as a pharmacist, you'd be amazed how many times when I saw a prescription drug they may have prescribed and I didn't feel quite comfortable, and I would call the doctor and ask him, there's a side effect on this for this patient that you might want to reconsider. I have never, maybe a handful of times, had a doctor resent my making a positive comment. And you, in a more important area, are helping patients have a better communication system with their doctor. What a gift. And especially now with all this fancy-dancy artificial intelligence, you see a doctor for 3, 4, or 5 minutes and you walk out totally confused. You can, if there is such a word, deconfuse them. Maybe that could be a subtitle. I deconfused your healthcare services. Just a thought. And I wondered, you actually do a free initial consultation. Obviously, you have to charge for your services if a patient wants to meet with you and feels comfortable. But you are sticking your neck out that, hey, you like what I say, then let's talk more. And if not, you go on with your life, and you as well. And as far as, are there any restrictions on how you work with for this service?
So the only real restriction is, like I said, if you're having some sort of medical emergency, you feel like, you're just having trouble breathing, you're feeling like there's more fluid in your legs or something, you do need to talk to your doctor about that. I because of what I'm doing in this type of role, I'm again more of an information and education kind of organizing type of person. That's my main thing is I sometimes have people that try to get a hold of me and they've got more of a medical emergency going on, and I'm not the right fit to help with that, unfortunately.
Simply put, like they have on almost every answering machine of health care professionals, if you are suffering an emergency, call 911. Well, that's what you're doing. I mean, you're right up front. Hey, you're really involved in making sure that the relationship between the patient and the doctor is as smooth as is possible. I hate to belittle your services, but I envision you as an umbrella. We can call you Dr. Umbrella. You sort of cover the whole care of the patient and the doctor. You're helping the doctor and the caregiver have a decent lifestyle so they can be at their best. I don't have to tell you as a doctor how terrible it is when you're stressed, and especially the stress that you have in taking care of a loved one. You get so stressed out yourself that you really aren't that much more benefit to the patient. So, and you really are a de-stressor. Is there anything that you'd like to convey about your services that I did not ask you? Is there anything else that you have on your mind about your service that I didn't ask you about?
I think you hit a lot of it. I think you actually also kind of read between the lines and you see the other part of what's happening with these services. I'm also helping to take care of your own doctor by helping you out, because I promise you, your doctor is stressed out too if you're going home and things aren't kind of getting communicated and translating the way that they're hoping they would. And so a lot of my primary care colleagues are really struggling in their jobs right now. And part of what I'm trying to do with this service is help them out a little bit by being those eyes on the ground at home and providing them with some of that information that they need to help take care of you. And so one of the things I can do is I can actually, write a letter with some information that you can take to your doctor if I see something that is a little bit off, and, would kind of help them to have some better information. Or I can even call your doctor and have a little bit of a conversation with them about what I'm seeing going on at home, and just so that they have a little bit better understanding. And every physician I've interacted with so far doing that, they've really appreciated it, because they just don't have another physician that's kind of there in the home looking at things, really knowing what's going on in that quite same way.
Well, I see another advantage of what you do, and that is so many patients, when the doctor gives them instructions, really doesn't understand what the doctor said, but they're too embarrassed to ask a question because the patient feels that's such a dumb thing for me to ask, and they don't ask, and they sort of walk out with half of the information. You could clear that up. Am I right in my assessment of that situation?
That is 100% correct. The other thing I see happen a lot is with the way our healthcare system has moved, with people having lots of specialists that they work with now. You have your primary care doctor that tells you to do one thing with some of your medications. You have a specialist that tells you to do something else with your other medications. And they may end up be asking you to do something that's impossible in terms of the timing of those medications. And so by me coming in, having an actual conversation with you, trying to figure out what it actually looks like in terms of you having to take your meds, we can sometimes identify areas where what they've asked you to do is actually just impossible. And we need to all kind of work together a little bit better to make sure we have an actual realistic plan for you.
I hate to make light of it, but you remind me of one of my favorite anecdotes. Einstein's wife was once asked if she understood her husband's theories. And she responded, well, let me put it this way. I could understand the words, but I could never understand the sentences. And so many times a patient hears something they may have seen on TV as a word, but they really don't understand what it means for them. You, Dr. Loerger, can get those words into sentences in an understandable fashion. Is that correct?
That is correct. One of the things I try to specialize in is I'm actually a teacher kind of first, is where I really started with a lot of this. And so I really try to focus on getting things, kind of in a way for people that is really understandable for them. And some of what I do is I actually create kind of custom, kind of medication charts and things like that for people, really based on whatever they need to understand their care and their medications and how to take care of themselves.
Well, we have something else to be thankful for Thanksgiving, and that is Dr. Loerger's services. And before we part company, why don't you repeat your phone number twice, as I want to take a commercial break. So go for it. What is your phone number, Dr. Loerger?
Yeah, my phone number is 614-398-1091. Again, that is 614-398-1091.
Well, hallelujah. And our toll-free number, of course, 888-489-8980. And happy Thanksgiving. I got to take a brief break, and we'll be right back. Been a delight to have you on the air. Right now, we'll take a brief break.
It's time to move. Don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now.
And as I like to always leave the show, as far as, especially now, to be thankful, I want you to remember my best parting thought, which is yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. And that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with the bright side of aging.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is IKE ENGELBAUM, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other and achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, EntrepreneursNetworkofMichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
And welcome, and I am really so grateful and thankful that we actually are all going to be able to celebrate tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving Day. I say happy in hopes that you can enjoy who you're around. I love Thanksgiving because it's the only holiday. It's not intended to press on anyone's religion or belief. You do not have to bring presents. You just have to be present. One of my IKEisms, as I like to call them, the greatest gift that you can give a loved one, the greatest present, is your presence. It's so important to have human being to human being connections. I am so frustrated by all of the excitement that we now have with robocalls and email. We're sending stuff on email for birthdays with these goofy cartoon characters singing happy birthday. I got news for you. You're picking up the phone and singing happy birthday to a loved one is a heck of a lot more heartfelt than seeing some goofy Bugs Bunny character singing happy birthday to you. By the way, is Bugs Bunny around to wish me a happy birthday? If so, please call me. Our show is intended, as I introduced it, to speak to interesting people who have messages that can be helpful to make our lives better than they are. I am so proud that I am a member of the American Association of Therapeutic Humor. Yes, there is such an association. And if you'd love to join us, I'd love for you to join us. Let me put it that way. It's referred to as AATH, which if you just would take the first two letters and put the H in front, it's ha. Humor is unbelievably magic in helping people in their lives. And I'm so proud to honestly tell you I was one of the original members of the association. We now have annual meetings. We have weekly phone conversations. If you're down and out and you want to get up and walking and stuff, please call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980, and leave me a time when I can call you back, and I'll be more than happy to tell you about the association. There are psychologists, nurses, and as a pharmacist, I fit in as well. We have annual conventions as well. So if you want to really enjoy life in a positive way, think about joining up with the American Association of Therapeutic Humor. They have now modernized it and call it Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor. And I am so excited about having Todd Hart, who is the president current of the association, as actually not only is he president, but he himself has found the wonderful benefits of humor. Todd Hart lived in a state of anxiety for almost 40 years, thinking that it was just a normal thing to deal with. During the last few years of that, he spent 8 years in the Navy Reserve. A short time after leaving the reserve, he actually accidentally unlocked a memory of a childhood trauma while taking improv classes in Austin, Texas. After getting actual therapy for PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome, he knew that he wanted to somehow connect with humor. And guess what? He was blessed enough to find about the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor. Todd is a laughter yoga leader. He's a certified humor professional. He's an improviser and a substitute teacher. He currently is pursuing his Bachelor of Science in Nursing and has been president of AATH since May of 2025. Hello, Todd Hart. How are you, sir? Are you there?
I am.
Todd
Sorry,
Hart.
my phone put me on mute.
We got to have Hart. Go ahead, Todd Hart. You are there.
All right.
Yes? Yes. Hello.
I am here.
Good.
Hello.
We got a terrible phone connection. Is that a cell phone you're using? Because it comes across
right.
It is a cell phone. Yep. It's a cell phone. All right. Maybe you might keep the speaker a little further from your mouth because your sound comes out muffled, I should say.
Okay.
So, okay. Anyway, why don't we start from the beginning? What's the mission of AATH?
Well, AATH is a volunteer-based nonprofit, and our actual mission statement is that we elevate and nourish the human spirit through the intentional use of humor and laughter. And one of the ways we do that is we have a research committee that collects and consolidates all types of related published research and makes them available to members.
Well, actually, I'm going to give you TMI, too much information. but my nickname is Ike, and my legal name is really Isaac. And Isaac, and Isaac in the Bible, as you know, was the son of Abraham and Sarah. And Sarah, when she was 95 years old, was told by God that she was pregnant. And she started to laugh. And according to the Bible, and you can check it out, Isaac in Hebrew is Yitzchak. And Yitzchak in Hebrew means laughter. So I'm very proud to be a member of the AATH because I'm a joke. So anyway, I so hope that people will actually call me or Google AATH.org. My phone number, as I give out all the time, is 888-489-8980. And I wondered if you're open to it, if people want to call the association or call you. Are you doing anything remotely by phone in your laughter yoga? It's hard to do, I guess, but I thought if anyone's interested in any more information, how can they get to you? Do you have a number you'd like to give out?
Yeah, probably the easiest is the website, which is, of course, if you just do an internet search on therapeutic humor, you'll find it, but it's pretty easy, AATH.org.
That's easy enough. So let me go by this. What have you found what can humor and laughter what can humor and laughter do for us?
Yeah, there's a lot, but to give the short version, laughter can help with lung capacity. That's pretty important as we age. Pain tolerance and enhanced immune function. Those all come out of some of the research articles that we collect. And personally, I'm a walking example of the mental health benefits of laughter.
Well, you are not talking about someone else. You're talking about yourself, and it's actually helped you. And I'm so glad that you are the president of the association. And I understand there's a also mission that the AATH has taken on, Peace Through Humor Fellowship. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah. Well, we have a 3-year humor academy, which is partly done at our annual convention and virtually every month. And one of our members who died had her own personal peace through humor. And in honor of her, Jill Knox, this fellowship was created, and it helps bring students from all over the world, actually not just students, but faculty and professionals in peace studies, peace education, and peace building, with the mission to promote peace through humor. And then the Peace Fellows come from all over the world right now. We've got some from Indonesia, Africa, Eastern Europe, Japan, and the Philippines. It's really good and that in part is one reason we changed the name of the organization from the American Association to the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor, because we want to welcome people from all around the world. Wow,
that is really interesting. I'm a member of the Optimist Club and the Rotary Club. As you know, they're international as well. Maybe off the air we can talk about, as a magic word, collaborate, because we're always looking for ways to reach out around the world to help needy people, not only in our country, but especially in the third world countries. We should really take double pride in celebrating Thanksgiving, that we have got really so many things that unfortunately people do not know about. I am so frustrated many times about hearing how we devote so much time in feeding people on Thanksgiving Day. We have, turkey deliveries and stuff. We should make a concerted effort on a daily basis. And if anyone is interested in working with me on that project, and maybe we could tie in the AATH, that humor and food for the mind and the body. How's that? Now, I spotted something titled Red Light Laughter. Tell me about red light laughter.
Yeah. So the first time I heard about red light laughter was in my first laughter yoga class that I attended. And it's just an exercise where the leader has the people in the class drive around in their car in the room on a green light, and on a red light, everybody stops and laughs. And it's pretty simple. But about the same time, I was having a little road rage issue with a very specific trigger of people not wanting to wait to turn left and turning from the straight lane, potentially causing an accident. And fortunately, I didn't carry any weapons, but I did lay on the horn hard, and it really disheveled me. And I put the two together, though, and started actually laughing when I was stopped at a red light. And it helped keep my mind focused. So I'm not on the phone, I'm not distracted. But it really released a lot of that pent-up energy. And I'd arrive at work more refreshed. I could get right straight to work. And coming home, it had this effects of not having to decompress. So I'd be ready to just be with my family and stuff. And so that was, in going through the Humor Academy, one of the years you have to do a project. And that was my project. That ended up being my project, was Red Light Laughter. And it's up on the website, so you can read it. It was actually all the projects for the last 10 years or so are up on the website. So that's an interesting read, too.
Wow, Red Light Laughter. That is funny. This is, so are these real cars that people are driving, or pretend cars?
No. In the laughter yoga class, they're pretend cars. So
they're pretend cars. Pretend you're happy. Okay, that's fun. That in itself is fun, to pretend that you're driving and you don't have to worry about getting hit. and
the thing about laughter. The thing about laughter, sorry to interrupt, is that your body doesn't know that you're faking it. For instance, that's the whole laughter yoga class. You're laughing intentionally, but your body can't tell the difference. So if you can't find something to laugh at or someone to laugh with, you can definitely just laugh, and it's going to do your body some good.
Wow. Well, that's interesting. I never thought about it, but your body doesn't know when you're laughing, whether it's really made up, as you just mentioned. And the truth of it is, it's a known medical fact that really hearty laughter can produce endorphins, which is the same thing like runners get, or you get when you exercise. This is really such an appropriate time for one of the funniest things I had happen. I'm a pharmacist, as I mentioned, and at one of our pharmacy conventions, usually pharmaceutical companies would send out one of their reps to hype one of the prescription drugs the company was making. So I'll never forget this. At one of our conventions, in comes this guy who's 400 pounds minimum, maybe 350, heavy guy, representing a pharmaceutical company that had just come out with a diet prescription drug. So, needless to say, we as pharmacists, knowing a little bit about the drug, in walks in the presenter who's obviously overweight, and he opened up his speech. He said, "Hey guys, you're probably wondering why would a pharmaceutical company send out a guy like me to talk to you about our new prescription drug for dieting? Well, let me tell you something, is that I went to the doctor and I was trying to lose weight. And the doctor told me that really hearty laughter for about 30 minutes, not just, a guffaw, like, ha, 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 but really hearty laughter, you can lose up to 5 pounds in a half hour, a minimum 3 pounds. And he said, instead of like the exercise, you go out and you get an exercise bike. So he said, and then you'll see how you lose weight. So he took out he got an exercise bike, takes it out of the closet every day, puts it in front of him, and he starts laughing for 30 minutes looking at the bike. Anyway, that's supposed to be funny. I just wanted to find out, what would you want listeners to do?
Well, of course, I would like them to laugh more. There's laughter yoga clubs all over the world. There's also some online, so they can do that if they're not comfortable just laughing by themselves. I would love them to check out the website, again, aath.org. We've got a few free monthly events where you don't even have to be a member to attend. One of them is called Humor Zoomers, and it's going to be listed in the calendar on the website. And also like them to be mindful of differences in types of humor. There's humor that helps, which is what we promote, positive humor, and humor that hurts. And we could all definitely do with a lot less humor that hurts.
Well, I was just thinking, I have a new friends group that I started at the local senior center, the Costic Senior Center. We meet once a month from 11 to 12 because they serve lunch at 12. And we get together sharing our life as we're aging. I would think that might be a good addition to anyone listening that belongs to an organization, that they could pull it up on the web and actually have a discussion right there. And maybe, with the technology today, you could be on the screen doing your yoga laughter. Just a thought, okay? We're on the brink of a new year. You're supposed to come up with new ideas. Maybe that might be something else among your many activities, Todd Hart. And Todd, before I take my break, I wondered, is there anything that I did not ask you that you would have liked to have the listeners know about you? Is there anything I missed out in asking you about AATH?
I don't think you missed it, but I did neglect to mention our conference next year is going to be in San Diego, May 14th through 17th. And that's, that's how was my first visit or experience with AATH. And that first time, which is 8 or 9 years ago at this point, I was still kind of raw from my trauma, but I was just in tears because these people were the most wonderful people I've ever been around, and it's one of the most joyous and fascinating conferences that I've gone to.
Wow.
There's definitely information on the website about that too.
Wow. Well, I'm a strong proponent and love music. And the wonderful thing about music is it's an international language. I mean, any musician picks up a song sheet, no matter where they are in the world, no matter what language they are, they can interpret the music. And I see that same opportunity with laughter and humor. I mean, it's such a wonderful, wonderful, simple thing to laugh and to have a smile on your face. It is amazing, just having a smile on your face in public, how it initiates other people to smile. And it doesn't cost you a dime. And I am so glad you were able to call in. So tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day, when people go around the room usually asking, what are you thankful for? I can honestly say that one of the most heartful conversations I had was the president of AAT Arch, whose name is TODD HART. Wow! God bless you, Todd. I got to take a brief break, and we'll talk again soon, whether you like it or not, okay? Right now, we're going to take a brief break.
When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now.
And another happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully we can continue our visits for many years to come. And I always like to leave this segment with my favorite parting thought, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there's no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.